soon coming King. I really want to get across to you, people of God, in this time and in this season. And my topic is that when your picture or your name is on an evil altar or a shrine, you will notice some signs. I'm going to tell you some signs that you need to be noticeable of or be aware of, that when your picture, I'm talking your photograph, I'm talking your name, is on a evil altar or a shrine. Please, people of God, take note before I get any further. Because of time, I'm going to read a Bible scripture taken from Isaiah chapter 49, verses 24 to 26. It said that, surely the prey be taken from the mighty, my God, are the lawful captive delivered? Question. Verse 25 said that in Isaiah chapter 49, verse 25. But thus say the Lord, even the captivities of the mighty shall be taken away. Glory be to God. Right? And the prey of thy tremblings shall be delivered. For I will contend, mean fight, right? With him that contend with him, that contended with him, with thee, I will save thy children. Glory be to God. Verse 26 said in Isaiah chapter 49, verse 26, and I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh, and they shall be drunken with their own blood. With their own blood. Glory be to God. With their own blood, as with thy sweet wine, and all the flesh shall know that I am the Lord, and thy Savior, and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. Greetings, everybody. As you see, my topic is very simple. Is when your picture is on an evil altar, or when your name and picture is on an evil altar. When you take off your pictures or your family pictures, whether it's on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and many of you guys put your children in danger in the spiritual realm. Many of you guys put your family relative that is not as strong as you. Many of you guys, people of God out there, put your husband and your wife and out there who are not spiritually strong as you, are spiritually sober as you. Glory be to God. And before I even get depths and deeps in this spiritual realm of teaching, it is good for you who are on live not to have any picture in the background of on your live, or any photograph of your loved ones in the background when you're teaching or preaching online. The enemy always, it's like this is a gateway that you use many times. It affects your wife or your children. So let me repeat myself. Before I get depths in this topic, whenever you ministers out there are going live, it's not wise to have a photograph of your loved ones or your wife or your husband on the back of here, or any photograph of any family relatives, or any picture, or any sign of any address of your home, or location of your home, or any plaque of your workplace. It's not wise for you to have it in the background. You are setting up yourself for a serious spiritual war. If the enemy can't get you, then we get your loved ones. If the enemy can't touch you who are spiritually sober, they will attack your children who are not spiritually sober like you. If you notice my background is very blank. No loved ones, no brother, no sister, no cousin, no church member. It's very blank. They can't know where I'm at. And this is, you can't, it's like this before you even go any further, deeps and depths. You can't have as an example, a dog or an animal at your home, and every day you fling rocks or you fling stone or you run with the dog. But at the same hand, every time that you eat something, you're feeding the dog not going to move. You can't run in demons and still harboring demons in your home. You can't come on live like I am at live, casting out and buying up and rebuking, but yet still you're giving the adversary, the monitoring demons, the agents out there information about you by a photograph of your loved ones. And that's why many times your loved ones get blow. We call it blow or retaliation of the adversary. And we have to be very wise in the spiritual realm. Remember, the enemy come to kill, steal, and to destroy. So I want to bring that knowledge to you, people of God. You may be strong as a woman of God or a man of God. But does your wife strong? Is your children strong as you? Be very careful what you put on social medias and for your children. It is a feeding ground for the adversary to attack your children or your wife or your husband. They may not attack you, but they can attack. It's like you give them legal rights for them to attack your wife at work, at her job, at her home. That's why a person get headache and so you have to be very careful. So when you're going on live, people of God, man of God, woman of God, I take it from me as a spiritual man to you, teaching you about as a servant of God, as a God mouthpiece. Always leave your background like this. It's a curtain. No picture, no location, no address. None of my accomplishment is here. Because the enemy is looking for details, information. That's what they call it, monitoring demons. Demons cannot attack you unless they know information about you. Monitoring demons are monitoring spirits. Now let's get depths. It's when your picture or your photograph, because you feed your enemy, is on an evil altar. First of all, you are the one that put out so much pictures on social media for them to pull down to hurt you. And that's why many marriages is going down. You have to be very wise, people of God. It's not everything good for social media. It's a feeding ground or that enemy used to get information to destroy you on the altar. Take my advice as that. Now, when your picture is on an evil altar or a shrine, you will notice these signs. Your picture or your photograph. Your picture or your photograph is your image or reflection of you. In other words, it is your identity. Let me read it again. Your photograph or your picture is your image or reflection. In other words, it is your identity. So the more you feed the enemies, the more they're going to hurt you. And that's why when many persons put out flyers, many times when persons, church members put out, our leaders put out flyers, they're going to see some severe attacks. Because the photograph is on it and the enemy took the flyer and put it on an altar. And that's why many times when they keep in a function, it's disorganized. Or financial difficulties. Or something happened because of what you put out. People of God, I'm teaching you spirituality. I'm talking spiritual stuff here. Now let's get deep. Greetings, everybody. Greetings. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Follow me here, please, and please stand. I'm just giving you a short notice. Now, let's get into it. When your picture is being on an altar or your name is on an evil altar, these are things that happen to you. These are things that affect you or affect your children or affect your husband or affect your marriage. And it's not wise for you to get married and put up your married pictures overall on social media. You know, And the Lord has taught me these things more and more as I grow more mature in the spiritual realm, that I can embark this information to edify you. Now let's continue here. Now when your picture or photograph or your name is on an altar, these are things that affect you or in your space. The evil person will turn your picture upside down. Yeah, example. This is how a normal picture would look. Just using this as an example. Are you seeing it? This is normal how you set your photograph. But when this is an almanac, so I'm using it as an example. When your photograph is like this, when the enemy took off your picture, then turn it upside down like this, your face down. Let me repeat myself. When you took your normal pictures and you have it like this, up, straight up, the enemy took off your pictures, right? And when they reach them shrine or them evil altar, then turn it upside down on the altar like this. Your photograph is down. Your kid's picture is down. Or your married picture is down like this. I'm just giving an example. So they turn your photograph upside down on the evil altar. Right? And the evil. So your life now, so that your life can go up and down, upside down. You wonder how things now work. And that's the reason why they turn your photograph upside down. Like this, as I said before. This is how it's straight, and they turn your photograph, your photograph upside down. So you find your life begins to have upside down. You can't keep a job. You can't keep a relationship because they turn your life upside down on the evil altar or on the shrine. Please listen, please. Right? Right? They turn the pictures upside down. So everything begins to affect in your life, begin upside down. It will come to reality. So it starts to affect into the flesh. Because they do it in the spiritual realm. This is how they do it in the spiritual realm. They turn the picture, the photograph upside down. So begin to turn in the spiritual realm. And now it begins to affect you in the physical or in the realities of life. You will be faced with a lot of rejection. And because the photograph is turned on the evil altar, you're faced with a lot of rejection. Everywhere you go is rejection, rejection, rejection. You go for a job, it's just rejection. And it constantly affecting you everywhere, in your relationship, in your church. Rejection because of how they deal with your photograph or on your name. Right? Now, when your picture is being used on an evil altar, these are things that will affect you, or these are things that you will see is day by day. Follow me here, people of God. The first thing that you will see when you see this happening in your life, when your picture has been taken and put on an evil altar or your name, is that the first thing is that you will feel cobwebs or spider webs or Anansi webs. Right? You will see, try and turn on back the light. You will see cobweb or Anansi. You will see cobweb or Anansi web. Right? And numerous on your face. So you begin to walk in cobwebs. Because this is all you do. It turn down it. It turn down your photograph. So witchcraft begins to take place. You begin to see Anansi web, or you begin to walk into webs. All of a sudden, it starts affect your face. You know, see it immediately. Don't take it light. You just clean your house. Your house is well clean, and you begin to walk in cobwebs. Anansi web or spider web. Same thing. Right? And when your face of the picture is on an evil altar, they will make a certain project. And that's why you find they will make a certain project. You realize that you get the position but you can't function. You get promoted but you can't function. You go to school but you can't function. And these are things that will affect you as you go along, right? And you will see cobwebs or anansi webs always cover your face. It always cover your face. It always affect your face. You don't want you to see clearance. You don't want to see your future. Glory be to God. So these are some of the stuff that you will definitely see that is going to affect your life, people of God. Right? You will see affecting your life. Right? So, still trying to get this on. Right? Affect your life. Right? And it's very serious. Don't take it light, people of God. Right? It is a bad sign, and you're under a satanic bondage. You're under a satanic bondage. And if you often experience this, it will be hard for you to experience favor. That's the reason why they took off your photograph. They took off your photograph or your name. Or your name. And let me say it again. Be very careful what you put up on social media. You can't be a warrior. Me not afraid of demon. And that's why I don't put up photographs with me and anybody again. It's only me. You want war? Take it on with me. Not my family, not my friends. And I'm learning that as I go along. Let's continue here. Right? And if often you experience this, it will be hard for you to experience favor. It is an evil veil. It's like your picture is like this. When they took it like this, they turn it upside down. And then what happens is that now they get a veil to hide you. So they hide you now. So they blind you in the spiritual realm on your photograph with a veil, an evil veil. You cannot see your destiny. You cannot see your purpose. You cannot see your calling. Financial difficulties. You keep on getting sick. Although you are seen like me, but you're spiritually blind. And this is what it does with your pictures. They can't kill you. So the only thing that they can do is stop you in the spiritual realm. Let's continue here. Right? With an evil veil. It is a sign that someone, could be near or far, could be a family relative, or it could be a co-worker, it could be a church member, is using your picture, to control your life. So they took your picture to control your life. And your picture can also use known as a soul tie. It's not only tied you with in food, they can also tie you with your picture. And this is how some of you guys can't leave your ex. No care what happened. Y'all, if you're married, you want to go back to your ex or your wife because of the picture that they took. Because it is your image, it is a reflection of you, quote unquote, it is your identity. This is how you look in the physical. Now let's continue here, right? So they use your pictures to control you. To control your finance, to control your money, to control where to go, to control your sickness, to control your health, so that you can get sick, right? To control, so it's like you're a walking zombie. You're in the land of the living, but you can't think for yourself. Let's continue here. I'm showing you and I'm bringing across when the enemy took off your picture, your photograph. Let's continue here, right? If you're spiritually sensitive, like myself, yeah, very sensitive to the spiritual realm, you will begin to feel this numbness. And all over your face, you will feel like something is not right with your face. When you have that feeling, please start fast and pray. I'm teaching you when somebody took off your picture or your photograph or your name. Who may take it light can take it light. Who have ears, let them hear. Your photograph is an image of you and a reflection. In one word, it is your identity. The reason why you can't say that you, as I said before, you get a tip an example. You can't be a warrior and you have a dog in your yard or an animal in your yard, and every day you throw water off of him, you fling stone off of him or rock off of him, right? You lock the grill, you do everything for run with the dog. But yet still, every time that you lick the dog, you beat the dog. But every time that you cook and you eat and you have leftover food, you call back the dog. Or you don't have to say nothing. Right? You start throw food out there. The dog not gonna leave your yard. In a simple word, how can you want to fight the enemy or fight principality? Satan doesn't take leave, day off, nor vacation, nor time off, nor sick leave. He comes to kill, steal, and to destroy. How can you say you want to fight your enemy and you get up in a spirit, shama, 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 had kalalu, but yet still, you're fighting the adversary, but you have a photograph of your children behind you and live. Are your children ready to fight the spiritual warfare that you are fighting? You put up warfare, you put up your picture between your wedding picture between you and your wife. Or you and your husband. Or your husband is spiritually charged as you to fight that spiritual warfare. I'm talking when you're on live too, you know. Not only just post it on live, post it, right? You put up accomplishment at the college that you have over your head. You give the enemy legal right to begin to search in these college to put a stop order on your success. Right? And all these things that is, and also location. How can you go on live? You're feeding the enemy with information. Right? The location of your address or where you work. You're feeding the enemy. Right? What am I saying? That's why you have monitoring spirit. They monitor, which means they take information or data. That's what they do. Satan cannot be at thousands of places at one time. So they monitor your life, which means gather data, gather information. Christian pastors, you can't be naive. It's best when you go on live, it's blank like this. You don't see no family relative, no cousin, no uncle, no church member. No accomplishment. None of any college accomplishment. Not even a signature. Because enemy love to forward your signature in the spiritual realm. And that's why you can't sign any more check. Because your signature is there. The devil is a liar. Yes, I'm teaching you spiritual warfare. And many of you guys don't know about warfare. You guys only come on social media as a shama, shama, shama. You don't ready for spiritual warfare yet. Because the first thing that you have to learn to do is to protect your loved ones. Let's continue here. I'm talking about when persons took off your picture of social media or you feed them. Stop feeding them with information. You're going on hotel trips. Be very careful. If me even go on hotel trips or any other trip, I don't show my loved ones. May I tell you, that's why someone want to get sick. So this is what the enemy does. Let me read my topic again. And let's get back into more. When your picture or photograph or your name is on an evil altar or a shrine of the devil, these are the things that affect you or affect you. The next one that I'm going to show you, the next sign is that your picture is on an evil altar. I'm showing you when your picture is on an evil altar or your name. right, is when you keep experiencing rejection. Every day you get rejection. Your husband reject you, your wife reject you, your boss reject you, your coworker reject you, your pitney reject you. You're constantly facing rejection. Someone promised you to help you, for an example. Someone promised you to help you on your college or help you out on a project. And the next day when you go back, it's like if the person as a ghost, as a ghost, them see you as an enemy. Me I teach you spiritual warfare. Right? And another example is when you're engaged or wedding or getting married or supposed to get married. Right? When you're engaged, don't find engaged and want to say, oh, the man can't marry there yet. Or oh, the woman can't marry there yet. I want to engage for so much years or how much months. Every time that you plan the wedding, something happens. Is that somebody gets sick, the man change his mind, the woman change his mind. And even if you leave that man and you pick up an next man, and the same procedures keep on, at they call that pattern. And I'm going to tell you about that one. Right? So you keep on seeing it. Right? Another example is when you're engaged or to be wedded. Is suddenly call off. Everything does call off. Right? The person that once loved you doesn't even want to see your face again. And the picture we're taking. Someone add additional enemies on you. Do you much jealous people out there in a church or out of church? They are not your enemy until you post that photograph, you know. They were never your enemy until you post that photograph of your accomplishment, your college accomplishment, and you are so stupid. You are so foolish that you post it with yourself alone. You post it with your pitting them. And the enemy say, me can't catch you. Me can't catch Quack, so me catch him short. Me can't catch you, so me I catch your pitney. I'll catch your granny. Or your grandfather. Me I teach you wisdom. I'm bringing it into a spiritual of warfare. This is not a matter of spiritual school. I'm teaching you spirituality. Glory be to God. Let's continue here. Right? The person doesn't want to see your face. You have not done anything wrong. All of a sudden, the person will love you again. The person's attitude does change towards you just like that. Are your picture, you know? Are your picture upon the altar? Or your name upon the altar? You can't blame nobody but blame yourself because you are the one that put out this picture. People used to come at people's house back in the days. And then just come and just take out a picture. The enemy don't need to come at your house anymore. All he has to do is take it off of Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and all the social medias. You give them it. You give them a legal right to hurt you or to damage you or to damage your family. Why you think your boy Pitney now want to go back to school? Why you think your boy Pitney can't have a relationship? Why do you think your girl child can't get a child? Barren. Let's continue here. Now, that towards just like that, they just don't change towards you. Right? People just hate you for no reason. It's the picture cause it. The evil altar. A sign that your picture, your photograph, a sign that your photograph is used on an evil altar. Or someone is using your image or your photograph to attack you. It's like they mark the picture. They mark the photograph with the blood sacrifice. They mark it with pen, with the blood of the evil blood. And turn the photograph upside. This is straight, you know. So then turn the photograph upside and down. Your picture the down. Down to hell. Everything must go down to hell. Your head part, that's where the enemy attacks their head. So your head part must always remain down to hell. the pit of hell, the lake of fire. Because that's what the enemy understand, the head movements. They turn your life upside down. They turn the spirit. They turn your destinies upside down. They turn your prosperity, your blessing, your breakthrough upside down. Just like this. You see the photograph upside down? The head down. So that's what they does. As an example. Let's continue here. Right? Another sign that you're under a spiritual attack when they took off your photograph. Right? To do your arm. Stop post your photograph or videos. Because they can snapshot it. You're going to give them legal rights. And that's why your husband will change by you. You wonder how this man change by you. You don't know what you cause it. You can't be too overexcited. It's not everybody will share the same glory or be happy for you. Not everybody will be happy for you. Happy of your success or, will be joyful. People of God, you have to be very wise. Christian, you have to be very wise. You have to learn to share your accomplishment privately. Privately. It will cause you to end up into divorce. It will cause you to lose your marriage. It will cause you to lose your mind. It will cause your kids not to see you as an enemy. I'm telling you, people of God, it is serious. People is not taking photograph from your home anymore. You already given them the legal right. You feed them you feed demons the information already. If you did not know, be very careful. I'm seeing persons putting a photograph of their children. You don't even know what danger you put in your child in. Person can link you with witchcraft and obia. Because they see your life. Let me say this to you. If you have child of God, you have child of the devil. Acts chapter 13. Child of the devil. It's not everybody wants you to be successful. Some enemies, you don't know them until they put up a photograph. They begin to hate you. Just hate you because if them life not happy, your life must not be happy. If they never have a good marriage, your life, you must not have a good marriage. And they will live on your page, live on your Facebook, your TikTok, and your Instagram page. They will live on it until your life melts like butter. Because you have person who watch person going in, going out. And all they has to do is watch your social media page. As is it. Let's continue here. Another sign when somebody took your photograph. Your sign, another sign is that your picture is your photo or your name is on a evil altar or a shrine. Anytime that you touch anything, it began to stop work. This is how you know when your photograph is being active. You wonder, say, what happened? What happened? Because you begins to, anything that you touch, it does stop work. Even the very food items, even you touch certain food items in your home, all of a sudden, the food item can spoil for 5 days. In the less than a 1 day, just start rotten. Just like that, start mildew. It's a sign that somebody took off your photograph, have your photograph, have your name on an altar, an evil altar. It's a sign, people of God. Let's continue here. Right? Start to spoil. A part of another sign is that when your photograph or your name is on an evil altar, your ears start drop off. Your nice ear just start fall off. Yeah, just like that. Just begins to fall off. Right? And you start seeing a lot of lizard, because lizard mean witchcraft. We call it gecko or geico. Witchcraft, because witches love to use lizard. And that's our ants, our roach, our rat. I'm just telling you them. Our bats are a monitoring birds. witches and warlock and wizard. Witches is a female evildoer, known as a female form. Wizard is a male witch. Or warlock is a male witch. A lodge order or a Freemason or a secret society can be a male or a female. An antichrist or antichrist can be a male or a female form. Let's continue here. You start to see these animals start running in your house. You know that somebody took off your picture and begins to put it at the altar or the shrine, which shrine means that a synagogue of the devil, and begins to work their voodoo, their sorcery, their witchcraft, their obia, or their hocus pocus, or their black magic on your life, on your altar. A person don't need to take away your underwear or a piece of material. All they need is just your photograph. All they need is just a photograph. Not even the name so much like the photograph. Because the photograph is an image of you and it's a reflection of you. And in quote unquote, one word, it is your identity. Because God only created one of you. All if you're a twin, you may look like a twin, but there's something, some mark must be different. Whether one walk the hair so, whether one of the eyebrow then gone so, or one skin color light, or one skin color heavy, but you will never be the same thing as your twin. One look a bit shorter, one look a bit taller. You are still different. Right? Another sign that we look for when somebody took off your photograph or your photo and put it on an evil altar or a shrine. Another sign is when you heard your name begins to call. But you can't see anybody. Sometimes you can't respond, but no one call you in the physical. So the demons begin to call you in this. You start to hear voices that call you. Are you knowing a God? But you can't put it because your name, your picture is on an evil altar. Don't post picture of your kids. It's not wise, Christians, believers, to post pictures of your babies or your marriage, especially when you're just in the married clothes. It's not wise to do so. You're going to put in your loved ones and your husband in danger, or your children in danger, or your family in danger. You are giving the enemy legal rights for information about your life, about your job, about your marriage, where you go, which vacation you take. And all he has to do is just know, okay, you're going on vacation and you are traveling a lot. All they have to do is just attack your finance. Send the locust and the palmer worm and the caterpillar, and to divert your money somewhere else. So every time that you have a money, the enemy make your child sick, so that your child take that money from you, so you never have money. Or every time that you get a money, something happen in your business, you have to spend it, so you can't save it. The enemy doesn't want you to keep it for a rainy day. The enemy wants to know that you're constantly begging. Let's continue here. I don't come to spend long, people of God. Another sign that we need to look for is that when your picture is on an evil altar, is that you're constantly seeing an evil pattern. An evil pattern, that something happened to you and already. Something happened to you already. Then your grandmother and your mother go through the same thing when you go through. It's because your mother or your father put your picture, or your grandmother put a picture on an evil altar. Right? Your mother's been raped, she not tell you about it, or your granny been raped, she not tell you about it, and then you become get raped. It's a pattern. Right? Last year you're sick, this year you come back at the same time. It's a pattern. Your picture, your photograph has been laid at an evil altar or a shrine. Shrine is a synagogue where evil person worship. Right? So I just come with a short notice. I don't come to spend long. But another sign that we need to look for is that you will get a clear revelation from God when you are going through a dream. So God will reveal when you are under, when your picture has been taken. Sometimes you will see somebody hold up a picture of you in it, right? Right, so you will get a clear revelation from God through dreams, through a word of wisdom, or prophecy, or through the spirit of discernment. Right? When you get the revelation, please don't just ignore it or avoid it. It's fasting and prayer to cancel it. Take back what your enemy has stolen from you. Remember, the spiritual is controlled by the physical. The spiritual realm is controlled by the physical. So if the enemy can control the spiritual realm or your spirit, he can control the physical. And that's why the man with the legion, he controls the spirit to control the physical. You understand? It's so deadly that if the enemy can't get you by putting your picture on an evil altar, the next move that they're going to do is to allow you to get send a spirit known as lunatic. When your photograph is on an evil altar or your name is on an evil altar, this is the next sign. They send a lunatic spirit. The meaning of a lunatic spirit is a mad spirit. They try to mad you. That's why you have splitting headaches, constant migraine, your pressure gone up. It tried to mad you. It's trying to, because the head part is turned on. So it's trying to send a lunatic spirit to affect the head. A mad spirit to mad you, whether by will or whether by force, in the spiritual realm. So he tried to control the head because you are destined for greatness. And the only way that he can truly officially stop you is by death or by madding you. And that's why you have mad spirit in the family. Because of the picture. Upside down on the altar. Not straight like this, no. They turn your picture upside down. To ensure that everything in your life go up and down. Never come out to where as though you may want it. This is my short teaching to you. God bless you. I hope that you know the truth. And the truth shall make you free. Right? My people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. It is my duty as a servant of God to edify the body of Christ. If you have other information that you want clarification about, you can contact me on my page so I can try my very best to get this information. Let me say this again, people of God. I want you to make it to heaven. And in order for you to learn about how the spiritual realm is, you got to be ready. You can't fight what you can't see unless you know where they're located, how they're located, and how they fight, and what they does. How can you find something that you can't see? Huh? The Bible says, well, we must not be ignorant of Satan's devices. We must not be ignorant of Satan's devices. Satan come to kill, steal, and to destroy. The Lord said, what? Be vigilant. Be sober. Be vigilant in the spiritual realm. Be sober in the spiritual realm. Because the adversary, the devil, is out there like a roaring lion seeking to who he may devour. God bless you. Keep on praying for me that I continue to bring this clarification and inspiration and revelation and empowerment and to rebuild and to restore what the enemy has stolen from you. God bless you. Until next time, in Jesus' name. Bye-bye.